Tell you why I'm not storing my treasures up on earth. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not stocking up on food and water. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not getting ammo and guns. Reason why is because you do not know where you're going to be when the day of the Lord comes. And as I've said before and I'll say again, you could be on the toilet at Taco Bell. You could be at work. Your wife and kids could be across town. When that day comes, you will not be able to go back to your house. You will not be able to go look for your family. You have to move forward. You have to move forward. I know this is a hard conversation, but you got to have this conversation with your family and get them prepared to be without you. You have to be prepared yourself to be without them. They have to understand that this is the time of the end of the age. The end of the ages even. We have to understand that we belong to the Lord first before we belong to any child, any woman, or any family member. God is coming to separate. Alright, so when that day comes, and I get it, you know, you love your wives, you love your kids, you love your family, but do you love the Lord? Is the Lord the chief of your life? Is the Lord the love of your life? That's the question. So, yeah, man, I mean, it took me a while to not wrestle, but it took me a while to accept this fact, because you gotta understand, this is the generation of Abraham. What does that mean? This generation has to move with faith. The Bible says that Abraham's faith was counted as righteousness with God. Meaning he didn't know what was ahead of him, but he believed God. This is the reason why Lot's wife was turned into a pillar of salt, because she missed her life. She looked back and reminisced on what she had. That's why she is still over there today in Sodom and Gomorrah as a pillar of salt. Now, this is not to scare anybody, but this is to prepare everybody. Not to scare anybody, but to prepare everybody. Alright? So you gotta have these conversations. You gotta be able to move on like a pilgrim. You know, I get it, you're worried about them. You may have little bitty baby kids, and you know, you may have that 12-year-old daughter, you may have that beautiful wife, but we have to understand that we're getting ready to go into eternity with or without the people that we love. And the most important thing that I would implore everybody to understand is that God is going to wipe away your tears. Yeah, a lot of us are going to cry because you couldn't get to your wife in time, or your son and your daughter is at school when the day of the Lord comes. But we have to understand, everything under heaven belongs to God. Your wife belongs to God. Your kids belong to God. Everything that you own belongs to God. And it says in Job 1:21, naked we came and naked we shall go. And Apostle Paul piggybacks off of that when he says, we came into this world with nothing, and it is certain that we can leave with nothing. What is certain? It means it's a fact, a known fact. So understand that, these are some tumultuous, perilous times that we're going into. This is a time of sorrow, but this is also the time of faith. God will restore everything that you lost 100-fold. Make it about Him, and He will increase you 100 times over. Think about that. God bless. Hey, I'm going to tell you why